to another episode of Music Musings. I am your host, Derek, and with me, as always, is Pat. How are you, Pat?
I'm good. How's everyone?
I don't know today. It's really sad.
Oh no.
They didn't reply to the email, so I don't know how everyone's feeling today.
Hopefully everyone feels better or improves.
Yeah. We're going to have to fire everybody if they don't,
Wow. Budget cuts already.
We're getting really hit hard with the tariffs that are happening. So I don't know how everyone's doing.
All right, we'll say
anyway.
All right. All right.
So today we are jumping into a topic of lyrics, songwriting, comparing what are good lyrics versus what are maybe not so good lyrics. And I don't know if that's the right vocabulary, good, bad, but maybe just complex for simple.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we're going for?
Yes, exactly. We're going to discuss what's complex, what is good lyrics, what is the difference, and obviously what does it affect the song? Does music need complex lyrics? Does it need good lyrics? Like, we're going to discuss in terms of song structure, its value. And personally, I always valued music, lyrics, like whether it's hip hop, soul, R&B, funk, rock. Like, I think most of us kind of hone in on listening to what the writer or the singer was intending for that song. And it's important to take that time and really dissect what emotions, what imagery they were trying to portray through, the words that they placed in that song. So I think we should definitely learn to, well, not learn, but appreciate a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I think a lot of music out there, and I know we just came off of our 3-part series all about pop music, and we talked a little bit about lyrics, but I think a lot of the great songwriters out there, lyrics have a tremendous effect on the song, its meaning, and the connection that song brings to its audience. So I'm excited to jump into this and, have a little debate or talk about complex, simple, and some of the artists out there that are really using songwriting to progress music forward. So let's jump into it. Our first segment here, we're going to talk about complex versus simple lyrics. And I guess this first question we'll kind of talk about is, what are good lyrics, and then what are complex? So I guess the argument of good, simple versus, complex lyrics, and the difference there between them.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, just excited because for me, growing up, I was always, let's just use hip hop as an example. Like, one of my favorite artists of all time is Nas, and his lyricism is one of the most important factors about his discography and anyone who knows him for that music. And he'll do storytelling. He would use a lot of complex metaphors. He would use all kinds of things. So I've always appreciated lyrics. And obviously we mentioned about Adele, and her lyrics and songwriting would be so deep and personal. And that connection, that feeling where I always keep talking about those goosebumps, that right there is what I've always valued about music. And it's not just obviously the instruments, the structure, and all the things, but when you have a good story or a good message you're trying to portray in your music, and it just like fits a pocket, it just makes a giant masterpiece, in my opinion, sonically for everyone. So that's how that's my personal 2 cents on it. But I just want people to understand, like, when people write songs, sometimes it's obviously there's some artists who obviously write their own lyrics, but then you have people that might have a team behind them, and then it's like constructed with even much more I guess, depth and love or care, or if you want to use that.
Yeah, and I think something with Nas, and I wasn't the biggest listener of Nas, but I listened to a few of his tracks, albums. But something I always remember about his style was that he would speak directly to the listener, like in his storytelling and his poetic writing. It was almost like he was just talking to whoever he's listening to his music. And I think that comes out a lot just in his the way he is telling his story in his song, right? It feels very like realistic for that person because it's coming from somewhere very personal, and he's it's like having a conversation with him.
Right. And he's been, he's an example. I was just using him because anyone that knows me, I'm a huge fan of him. But yeah, exactly. Like he will tell us, he'll tell a story. He will try to pass on an experience he has, and he'll detail it. And obviously, one of my favorite songs by him is where he tells a song. He tells a song and he calls the song he tells a story backwards. It's called Rewind. If you ever get a chance, listen to it. It's really good. That it's like, and it rhymes, and it's like I believe it. Like it's like if you hit rewind on a VHS. If anyone is that old that we remember VHS, you see the movie play backwards, or if you want to be specific, you want to use the movie Tenet if you watched it recently. That it's like the same thing, but he tells it lyrically, and it was very beautiful. But Neela, I don't want to drag it on any further, but yeah. So, but yes, I value very much complex. I love storytelling. I love imagery. I love leaving little Easter eggs or little clues here and there, and then it kind of comes together towards the end of the song. For me, I appreciate that in a songwriter. I appreciate that in an experience listening to a track or an album personally.
And I kind of like that. I mean, I think, and again, this is something I remember, not to go back to him. I know we're trying to get off. But like Nas, I think he was very clever in his wordplay, right? And like how he would tell like a secret message almost, and you'd have to kind of decipher it. It made the audience, like you had to really think about it and like listen to the song multiple times to really understand what he's trying to say. Which I guess, that's a part of complex lyrics. It's not always so black and white. There might be a deeper meaning. There might be wordplay. There might be some rhyme scheme or just puns, whatever it is that you have to go back a few times and listen to the song and to really understand and grasp what this artist is trying to tell you.
Right. Exactly.
If they are trying to tell you anything.
Yeah.
Because that can also be a thing.
Right. Could be misdirection.
Yeah.
Right. But
no, so it's very much, I think, just setting it of complex lyrics typically or have a deeper meaning that are very layered and requires multiple listens to really get it.
Yeah.
And whether they're exploring like, emotions, complicated emotions, or like a theme. Sometimes it's like a concept album that connects to older albums or other songs within. It's that repeated listening that the audience, I think, you have to do to really kind of understand what this artist is trying to say.
I got a quick question for you. Do you think you can you tell a story or tell and have a song that can tell a story without any lyrics? It was just an interesting question I just had. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think you can. I think it's a little bit more, it can be more difficult actually, and maybe not. I don't know. It might be more difficult to tell that story because, you have to use obviously sounds to evoke some type of emotion that you may be trying to tell in this story, which can be difficult in my mind because sometimes people don't, you may react to a certain sound or a certain chord or a certain melody one way while another person may react to it a different way.
Oh, good point. I like that.
So if you're trying to, get a certain message across using just sounds, I can see how that can become difficult because people sometimes hear sounds, melodies, chords, progressions, whatever, and they may experience different emotions. It's not always the same from listener to listener. And that could very well be the purpose. They want people to experience a song in different ways.
That's a good point. I like that. Leaving it up to the listener to decide their experience with the song. I like that. That's very good. Good point.
Well, that's a 5 times college.
Shout out to 5
Oh man. Yeah. So, Professor Mimit. Anyway, no, I think so. But that is a good point, right? I mean, and there's plenty of music out there that requires no lyrics, words, and there are composers out there who masterfully, is that a word? I don't know if that is.
I believe so.
We're going to say it is.
You're good.
We're going to say it is.
For the sake of the episode, yes.
5 times college.
Oh man,
who can actually get the target feeling they want to come across.
Yeah.
And I think that is really tricky. And some of the composers I'm thinking of, right, I'm thinking of the movie Inception.
I was thinking that. Oh, man. There we go. All right. Sorry.
I mean, like that movie in itself, that soundtrack was unreal because the amount of emotion that who was it, Hans Zimmer, right, was able to pull out, and everyone felt the same way. And again, it was just he composed it a certain way and evoked a certain emotion. Now that's a little bit different. This will probably be another podcast, but because I think it's the sound mixed with the visuals, right?
Yeah, that fits in. Yeah.
It wasn't purely just audio. You're also getting the visual side of it, which assists in getting a certain emotion to come out. So yeah, and I think kind of bringing it all the way back to what we were saying, I think complicated lyrics, even words, can have its own, its own difficult challenges that because again, people can take certain words certain ways or certain rhyming melodies or rhyming schemes, melodies, harmonies, their own way. So it's a very difficult craft of, I want this emotion, this is how I'm going to do it. So, and I think that kind of goes into the point of complicated versus good / simple lyrics. And like, what's the difference there? Because I think there is a difference, right? If we're going to talk about simple lyrics, I don't know. What are your thoughts on simple lyrics, simple writing?
I can, even if it's simple or complex, I'm perfectly fine with either, as long as I can feel and understand what the artist or the songwriter was trying to do. That's the most important factor for me. Like there's obviously, we talk about Adele and her music, and her lyrics may not be as complex, it can be, but there are certain songs that's not even as complex, but they hit the bullseye every single time because there's a personal feeling behind it. Like when whether she was writing or typing, you can feel the emotion. Like, okay, she poured thoughts into this song. And we can look into a song like Benson Boone, beautiful things, that is simple, but it hits the target. It's wonderful, and that's okay. Like, I like complex, I like imagery, I love clever wordplay, I love unique rhyming schemes, all that I do. But when you have a song that just has the right emotion as the engine, I think that's enough. I think more than enough. Like, you can have a well orchestrated track or a song or even an album if it's just has the right ingredients. And it doesn't need to be complex. Just like whether it's cooking, you don't need to have complex ingredients. But if you structure it just well enough with a right amount of like care and emotion and love, or whatever you want to use, that's it. You have a beautiful recipe.
Now, here's a question that I just thought about. Is so, because I'm thinking about Adele, right? And I would agree that some of her songs have simpler lyrics, right? To evoke a certain emotion she might be trying to get out of a certain song. But my question, though, is it 100% the lyrics that evoke emotion, or is it also like the way they are singing? Because I would actually lean more towards, and it's not 100, it's never 100%, but I actually think sometimes it's more of the actual like singing, the notes, the pitch that can evoke emotion, even out of the artist, more than sometimes the lyrics. And it's not always, of course, right? I think there's artists out there who, like, I'm thinking of Bob Dylan, right? Terrible voice. Dude cannot sing. But like, his songwriting he was a storyteller. And I could listen to his songs, not because of his voice. I didn't like his voice, but I could listen because his storytelling was always interesting, fascinating, and would evoke a deeper meaning. Like, he was a complicated writer. So, you know, I agree that I think songwriting is important because it can evoke emotion, but I don't know if it's always the like end all be all that will get emotion out.
Right. And I agree with you that you might have I think it's a little bit of both. I think you're right. It's the lyrics, but the way the singer, I guess what you want to call it, cadence, or their spin on it, or whatever. Like, that's why, like, sometimes cover songs are so great. Like, it could be a simple singer that may not have the range or the ability, but if a singer who sings the same exact lyrics, but they apply their feel or their emotion or their soul into the singing, it takes it to a different level. So I kind of understand what you're saying, and I agree with you on that. You know, you can have like lyrics that are so simple, and that's, you know, another person that I would recommend is Bob Marley. You know, I grew up listening to, and one of my favorite songs is "This Love." It's the lyrics are simple, but yet the way he puts his soul into the lyrics, the way he puts his feeling, his energy into it, it becomes infectious, where I'm feeling the exact feeling the artist must be singing and feeling at the same time. So I get what you're saying. You might be right that, like, I don't know if it's the word cadence, but their ability to apply their uniqueness to the track or the song that gives it the human element. And I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
And I think it's both. You need the actual performance, right? The singing, the harmony, the melody, whatever it is, your emotion you're putting into it. But also, I think the lyrics do play a part. And I was thinking, like, I think it's the purpose, right, of that song. That's the most important thing, or not the most important thing, but like, what are you trying to do? Because I think going to simple lyrics, you could just be, I'm going to write these lyrics because I want to make a bop and get on the top 10.
100, yeah, or to top 10.
And not to say that you can't be in the top 10 with complex lyrics. We're going to go into that in a second. You can, absolutely. But I think it tends to be, or can be, easier if your lyrics are much more digestible to the mass
I was thinking
audience,
the same thing.
right?
I agree.
So, if I'm thinking about, K-pop Demon Hunters Golden, it's,
Oh man,
it's a very
It's infectious.
simple song
Infectious.
with
very infectious.
repeated, words,
right?
but it's a bop. It's a straight bop. And it's been it's been in the top 10 now for I think almost 14, 15 weeks.
What?
Yeah. Global. Yeah.
Oh
Global.
man.
So
Shout out to that team.
EJ?
That's
EJ is the one who wrote it.
and that's impressive. And we did talk about how the artists today, it doesn't matter what country you're from or your background, but even if it's in a different language, which obviously the Golden is a combination of English and Korean, but even if it's in a different language, I think a person understands or the listener understands the feeling, and it does. And geez, now I'm thinking about Golden. Great, I got those goosebumps thinking about it. Great,
Just gets in there.
Man.
Just gets in there.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was delaying because I was thinking about it. Oh, great. Now it's in my head. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, and not to say again, simple lyrics. It's not a good or bad thing. I think it's just the purpose of that song. Because let's look at some of the today's concepts or lyrics, right? Because you brought them up,
Right.
Benson Boone, Beautiful Things. What was this? So I'll just read. I think this is a verse you have in there, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So I'm just going to read this verse here. Just for a while there, it was rough, but lately I've been doing better than the last 4 cold Decembers I recall. And I see my family every month. I found a girl my parents love. She'll come and stay the night, and I think I might have it all.
That's number 1, isn't it? It should be. I thought last time I checked, and even though those lyrics are even you're just reading it. I mean, I obviously listening to the song, and I'm looking at the lyrics, and it's like I still hear what was on his mind. I think what he's feeling. You can kind of get that, not suspense, but you have that understanding of what's going through his mind, what's going through his heart, as he was obviously crafting that track, or lyric, should I say, and track 2. But it's not complex, but it has depth to it, if that makes sense. You can just seeing the last 4 cold Decembers, he's been doing better. Obviously, we can get the sense that he's going through a rough patch, or he's going through the last couple of years have been depressing, or whatever the case may be. But now he's possibly found hope, and that's wonderful. And now at the same time, he thinks, oh, I have this hope. I'm very blessed and I'm very lucky, and I might have it all. That says a lot with less. And I think in that alone, I actually will give a shout out to those who can make something so simple yet feels complex. And I think that's what I don't know. I'm not trying to put words in Benson Boone's mouth, but I'm getting that was probably his intention. So,
yeah, and I would argue. I mean, I don't think these are super complicated lyrics. It's pretty straightforward, but I think it's the way he tells the story that you can make a picture in your mind of kind of what he's experiencing, what you're seeing. So let's look at the next artist we have here. We got David Guetta, One Republic.
French. He's French, I believe. Yes, French house producer. Yeah, music electronic producer.
Yeah. So we have, what song is this? Oh, I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got, I've been chasing so long, every right that feels wrong. Rather be with you instead. There's something about it right here. Got me seeing so clear. Rainbow colored skies ahead. And now, oh, I'm in a sea of lights. And all that I can see is you. And now I'm diving to feel alive. So baby, let's try something new.
It kind of sounds like I believe this is a party track. Well, I don't want to say classify a party track, but it is definitely something that's more upbeat, that's more, feeling. And actually, before I go any further, what is your feeling when you look at that? I don't want to just, spit all the time, but
I see. I'm reading it again. One second.
No problem.
I think I see myself and a significant other like somewhere, kind of seeing like a club.
Yeah, yeah.
And just kind of dancing around in the club. That's the general vibe I'm getting from that one. Why? What do you see when you hear this one?
I'm getting the sense of like new love, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Maybe am I? Yeah. Maybe that's my interpretation of it. Is like the euphoric experience of like, when you're just falling in love or developing affection. I want to put word love in the category, but I think that's what I'm getting is like this whole sense of like endorphins rushing and you're excited to, start something different with a significant other or just a person that you're interested in. I don't know. But that's what I'm getting the sense of is like that new experience, all those butterflies. That's what I'm understanding. Maybe that's my interpretation of it. And it's good. It's good for a radio club track.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I don't even think these lyrics are that much more
complex
than Beautiful Things.
I agree.
So
yeah, I get. Yeah. I agree with you that it doesn't need to, especially club or. Okay, I got a unique question. Is the formula best to have a simple lyrics for a radio single / club track? Is that in best interest of the artist?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be. In interest of the artist, I think it could. I think it would be right because it depends on like you're doing this for the audience. So, yeah, I could see how that would be in the artist's best interest.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be in the interest or the best interest of that artist to do it that way. That makes sense. Right. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I was thinking about it. Like normally you don't radio friendly singles or tracks that are on the like played in a club. There usually tries to be simple. Obviously, everybody's just trying to tap their foot or dance or 1-2 step, etc. So I get it. I think that might be in the best interest. I guess nobody wants to pull out a thesaurus on the dance floor and be like, what did that mean?
Like they have to look it up. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, I get it. No, I get that. But I was just curious. I just had a random thought.
No, but I guess it depends. Like if you want to be, I need to tell this story, and how I'm going to do that is, through using these lyrics that have a double meaning or deeper meaning. Yeah, I'm going to do that, and that's whatever. If my audience doesn't like it or if they don't understand it, then they're going to go, and the people who really do like it, they'll stick around.
Right.
But of course, that's going to affect um, your size of your audience if they're into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I agree with you on that. All right. Mind if I take a crack at the next song? I don't know if I can do it justice, but I'll try.
Please go ahead.
All right. So we got Back to Friends by Somber. All right. I'm going to try my best to not screw this up. It was last December. You were laying on my chest. I still remember. I was scared to take a breath. Didn't want you to move your head. How can we go back to being friends when we just shared a bed? How can you look at me and pretend I'm someone you never met? I feel that it. Okay. Would you classify these as complex or simple? Let's start there.
I think it's complex.
Oof, that's interesting. Take okay, go for it.
I think it's complex because of the meaning behind some of the words. Like I think there's an emotion behind these words that at face value seem simple, but there's other emotions behind it, and I think he's trying to get a message across without saying it explicitly.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
my
agree with you. I agree with that. I'd sense a lot of regret. Yeah.
I found it, I liked, like the line, I still remember is very intentional because it sets up that verse where the next part is, I was scared to take a breath, didn't want you to move your head. How can we go back to being friends? Like that connection of I still remember is already putting in your brain like, oh, something happened. You know what I mean? And without him explicitly saying like, oh, we got into a fight. We broke up. It's over.
Yeah. I agree with you. It as I was reading it, like I said, and this is something that obviously I could feel what the artist was saying. I can understand that he's letting the memories play in his head, and now he's conflicted with like reality. I guess that makes sense, if that makes sense at all. And
yeah,
that was good. I like that. You're right. It did the lyric when he said I still remember. It did set up, and that was perfect. I like that.
I also I just got into this artist, by the way. This is a side note.
Yeah. I've listened to 2-3 tracks. I remember you told me. I was like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
He's a good songwriter, I think, and a good writer and artist in general. So
yeah,
I'm excited to keep listening to his bops, see what happens.
Yeah, to his bops. Yeah.
Why don't you do the next stars? You did fantastic. Sure. That was wonderful job.
Fantastic. All right. Shout out. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. The next song, No Seasons by Gene Dawson and SZA. Personal favorite. In the spring, you can't hear a thing. All the birds and the bees, nobody think. In the summertime, people off the brink. In California, we ain't got no seasons. It's all the same to me. Because in the heat, like to press repeat, every day is every day. I don't think I did that any justice. Maybe it's just because SZA, as you said before, SZA's experience and singing talent, it's I hold a special place for her music. Her music is fantastic, but with that, I got the sense of what it's like to live in California. Never been, never visited, but it gave a sense of what the California vibe is like, and I guess that spring feeling or the summer feeling, like what it's like to be a Californian. And I think I don't know if that's I said it right. Like that's what I'm getting the sense is like that pride of being from that state is what I'm getting from her. And
it's wonderful to be a teacher because something I tell my kids all the time is like, let's make a mind movie when we read like a story. Because it's like I want them to close their eyes and just listen to the words and try to visualize like what's happening. And with this specific verse, I think it's very easy. You could see what they are trying to portray, like what the image they want you to see as they write these lyrics. And not to say it's simple. I don't think it's simple at all. It's just easy to understand. Still being complex, but I think it's simple to understand.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. And like I said, like that, this is like that music. This, for me, obviously listening to this song and listening to SZA's music, but this song in particular, this gives me like sitting outside on the grass, relaxing, or cruising music with the windows down. That's that feeling of just like you're comfortable in the present. And that's, especially in the Californian perspective, that's what I was getting from this track. So
no, it's very clever, very clever. But I think all of these, right? I think in their own way, they can all be, maybe this is a topic too, of like, they can all be simple, written, but complex in meaning, which kind of puts it at like this in-between of simple and complex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a little mixture of both. Yeah.
So like it might appear simple, but there's something deeper behind it.
Okay. And that's a perfect segue because I think we both, this particular duo, we both absolutely love their music. So what do you think about Daft Punk when they use lyrics here and there, but there's also, obviously they can have songs without it, songs with lyrics, or a song with minimal lyrics. Do you think, let's use the song like Daft Punk's One More Time. That, I think everybody knows that track, or at least you should. No offense. But
like if you don't, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sorry. It's like, come on, man. Like, it's been 20 years. You have to hear it by now. But what do you think of, like, when you think about like their music, just using them example, like when they use minimal lyrics, do you think they can still hit the target of what they're trying to portray?
Yes. I think they are masters of that craft of we're going to develop sounds and we're going to develop music and beats that will target a certain emotion. Because when I listen to One More Time, I see in my head, it's like the end of the world, but it's the greatest party in the world happening.
Wow. That is an interesting take. I never thought about it like that. That's interesting.
And, like we're all going to party because the world is ending. But we're all going to have a great time because this is it. But to be fair, because I watched the music video for that.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that what you're going?
And that's essentially what's happening in that video.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think, to be fair again, I think even if I didn't see that video, that's what I would have thought.
Yeah. I got the sense of like, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, it does give me like hopeful or like an energetic, hopeful, like end of the year type vibes. Maybe that's when I mostly associate it with. But that is a good point that it was like, we're going to party, even if it, the clock runs out.
Yeah.
We're just going to keep going. And that is interesting. That's a good way to look at it. Go on.
And I think with them, because especially that track, like I'm thinking of the samples they took, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you showed me, or maybe I don't know. I just remember there's a video somewhere that shows how they actually made that song. And it's incredible how they took the samples and modified them in such a way to create a completely different song. But I think it evokes the emotion, like a good times, party, let's have fun, with the certain instrumentation they use, like the trumpets I'm hearing. Just the drum beat you have is very upbeat, up tempo. It's a dance beat. And then the lyrics, again, is just that constant repetition of one more time, like we're going to do this one more time. This is it. Like we're going to have a party. here we go. It's the best
Yeah.
party ever.
Yeah.
Was all of that, I guess, is very intentional of what they're trying to evoke.
Right.
So,
And no, I just wanted to say, like, especially for me, I think the entire ensemble of the instruments is why that track hit so hard for me. But I think, am I wrong? Is it pulling from? Obviously, they sampled instruments and actual people playing the instruments, but isn't it kind of giving like 70s esque vibe to it? Am I interpreting that wrong?
I'm trying to remember.
It's kind of got like a soul to it. It kind of got like a funk type.
It's a 1979 disco song they sampled from "More Spell on You" by Eddie Johns.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
And they cut it. They literally cut. It was like one. It's just the trumpet. They cut it. I think they sped it up and increased the pitch.
Okay.
And that's it. That's that part. That's what you hear.
Yeah. Yeah. It's infectious. Sorry, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, you could listen to it all day.
Yeah.
So I want to get into, because I think this is a good segue of, we've kind of talked about, simple lyrics, complex. And now I want to talk about, because I pulled some data points here. How does that affect these songs when they get onto, like, we're talking about success of these songs? Like, does it matter if you're a clonplex, 5 times college?
Now it's straight. First it was a shout out. Now it's a straight.
When we're talking about, which do better on the charts,
right?
Or do either? Do songs with complex lyrics, do they do better on, the top 100 versus simpler songs? So before I go into it, what is your thoughts?
I think, like I said, I'm gonna remove my personal bias out of it. Obviously, I love complexity, but I think for a radio single club out with your friends type thing, I think it's best to go the simplicity route, and that's okay. And I think I can appreciate that. Like, but then obviously it can still be detailed with what you're doing lyrically. But I think being simple is in the best interest of. It's like, I don't want to say this, but for the single purposes, I think it's in the best interest of the artist. Despite how I want to hear all the complexities. I want all the feelings. I want all the emotions. I want all those metaphors. But when you're out in public, you just want something you can just kind of like nod your head to, like, okay, yeah, I like this. I think that's where I'm going with that. So,
and that's how I thought before I looked into this. I thought, simpler songs, they're going to do better because more people can quickly relate to it, and you're going to give it to the masses, right?
Yeah.
So I looked at some of this data from the top 100 billboards of complex versus simple lyrics, right? So I'm not going to say all of them, but so number one, and this is peaks of the Hot 100. So these tracks right now necessarily aren't at these numbers, but based on their performance over time, this is how they did. So number one, we have A Bar Song by Shabuzi.
Oh man, I love that guy. Oh,
which is a very simple song and very hook driven.
Yeah.
It had a record time. It was 19 weeks at number one.
Ooh. Gosh.
And again, it's like very accessible, repeated hooks.
Yeah.
Everybody at the bar getting tipsy, which is it's relatable.
Yeah, very.
And
very.
It's a party theme. It's upbeat. So did really well. 19 weeks, number one on the top 100. And then we look at, which this is who we've been, recently, Ordinary by Alex Warren. Again, also simple, but more emotionally direct in the song. And so far has been number one for 10 weeks for 2025. And I think I don't know if it's number one anymore. I think it's finally kind of gone down a bit. But still, 10, 11 weeks or so. And
yeah. That's good. That's impressive for him.
So then we get to, this is number 3, Wildflower, Billie Eilish, moderately complex lyrics, so not as simple, but it peaked at number 17 on the top 100. It was as high as it went. And then, what was it? Oh, here's my boy. 12 to 12 by Somber. Moderately complex, so a little bit more complex. It peaked at 41, but I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to go up.
You think so? All right. We'll monitor this. It is. It really is.
But all to say, right, like, we even have Beautiful Things, Benson Boone is on here, simple lyrics. We have Die With A Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, again, moderately complex. There's no definitive answer to this. I don't think simple songs are more successful than complex. I think it's a toss up, because, like you said, and like I thought, simplicity often is immediate and it relates to the mass audience. But I think over time, complexity wins too, because it requires multiple listens.
Good point. So it's like a slow burn in an event. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So there's a lot there. There's a lot there, and I think it depends on if you want to listen to a bop. Let me pull up some bops. Right. I'm not trying to think about the lyrics. I just need a bop, a dance song.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then there's songs like I'm going to put on. I like this artist, and I'm going to listen to it multiple times, and eventually it will kick in of, oh, there's something deeper here that I want to listen to more of.
Right.
So that's kind of where I am with this whole debate. I don't know if there's really a clear indicator of what is more successful. Right.
Yeah, I think it's up to the listener to decide what their experience is with that song or artist, and I think that is the most important part. But obviously, there's a method to it. There's a form or an equation that you can see. Simplicity might be a fast track, but you just mentioned a good point. Complexity might be a slow burn, and it might have a longer lasting effect. And I think you might have that's a very good point. Like, I didn't even think about it like that. That was actually a good try. I like that.
I went to a prestigious 5 towns college.
Oh, wait. So shout out, Stray, shout out. Man, oh man.
I'm going to have to give credit to 5 towns in this podcast episode.
Oh, man. Sponsored by them.
Right. Sponsored by 5. They would, because they need it probably.
Oh, wow. You had to get out of the straight.
It's ups and downs.
There we go.
Ups and downs.
Oh man, that was fantastic.
I think this has been a very interesting topic. Today. I don't think we got anywhere. I don't. Not to say we didn't get anywhere. There's no definitive good
answer.
Bad, right? It's just there's complex
perception
and there's simple, right? And it's all about the listener and what you want to do in your experience when you listen to any of these songs.
Yeah. I think I agree with you that this is it's a perception for the listener. Like I said, I love complexity, but there's songs that are my rotation on my music library that are a little simple. Shabuzi, a bar song, I'm not gonna lie. I've probably danced more to that song than I have to any complex songs in the time. Nothing against those. It's just it works.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody at the bargain tipsy.
That's a throwback. Oh my goodness. I didn't see that coming. Man.
That was so.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I think that's all for today's episode.
Yeah. That was good. I think I've learned a little bit. Hopefully everyone else had. We'll see. Check the emails.
Yeah, we'll check the emails. And stay tuned for the next episode.
Yes.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you have an idea for an intro or an outro that we could play on our show, please send to musicmusingspodcast@gmail.com.
If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please email us at musicmusingspodcast@gmail.com.